It is Saturday, November the 14th of 2020. 2020, the year to literally never forget, like never. It's been an interesting year, eh? As my friends in Canada would say, eh? So I just thought I'd pop on here tonight and say hello to everybody. My buddy Glenn is traveling. I called him earlier, and what's up, Corey Calvin? Brian Hess is in the house. What's happening? So I called Glenn earlier, and he did not answer. So he is unavailable. I guess that's why he wouldn't answer. Either that or he's lost his cell phone. So anyway, I just thought I would get on here. I was thinking about this morning about oh my gosh, Doug, you're still in the air? Wow. Doug Wing is on his way from Utah to North Carolina, and I will see him in a couple of days. I'll be down there in a few days, I guess. I'll be down in Charlotte hanging out with Doug Wing and Mr. Jeffrey Gittimer. What's up, Donovan? Welcome to the Ken and Ken show with a guy named Ken. What's up, Tracy Swanson? What's up, CS Trump? Yes. So what, think about something. In the book, The Four Agreements, Don Miguel Ruiz talks about, in the very beginning, he talks about the programming of the human. The programming of the human. Who's read The Four Agreements? Drop a 1 if you have read The Four Agreements. What's up, Weldon Whitehurst over on YouTube? What's going on, brother? Good to see you, man. Mark Gassard is in the peachiest place on the planet, Peachtree Corners, Georgia. What's up, Bruce? Bruce Mills is in the house. So, limitations. Where do limitations come from? Where do they come from? How can a guy like Grant Cardone go from living in Lake Charles, Louisiana, down in the bayou? I might have that all wrong. Dropping some 1s. Corey's dropping some 1s. So he's read the book, The Four Agreements. How can a dude like Grant go from, and he talks about this openly, so I'm not breaking his anonymity. I mean, he talks about being on drugs and in a treatment center at 25 years old and having the crap beat out of him by drug dealers and almost dying, and like it was insane. And he goes from that and being busted broke to now owns over $2.1 billion in real estate assets. How does somebody do that? How does one go from that? From being nothing, what he would call a loser, to being worth hundreds of millions of dollars. How do you do that? And I know so many other people that come from absolutely nothing, including myself, and making it big. I think that it comes from the realization that the limitations that we have are in our mind. Corey said he won the lottery. Yes. How about Doug Wing? His dad, man, Doug Wing's dad came from nothing. He came from nothing, and he built the third largest ladder company in the world, the Little Giant Ladder Company. What's up, Scott Ricard is in the house. How does somebody do that? It's because they realize at some point that the limitations that they've had in their life have been placed on them by someone else. And they learn how to face the things that they're afraid of doing, and they do it anyway. They take big chances. Do they take calculated risks? Sure. But calculated by whose standards? Some of the chances I've taken in life did not work out at all, not even close. And I fell down and I got back up and I realized I screwed up. I made a mistake and I learned from it. And I didn't make it again. Sometimes I did make it again. Sometimes I have to be hit over the head several times before I finally get it. And I don't know if that's you or not, but I do know that typically when we have limitations in our life, or we feel like there are limitations, typically they come from someone else's programming. From the moment we're born into this world, other people start to program us, teach us what we should believe, how we should think. They reward us if we're good. They punish us if we're bad. We are programmed from the moment we're born into this world. We are conditioned to respond. We're conditioned to understand that as little babies, all we have to do is scream and scream and scream, and somebody will eventually pay us attention, to change the diaper, to feed us, whatever it is. And we create these responses in life. And I'm here to tell you that you can break through all of those conditions that you've been programmed with. What's up, Kyle? How you doing, man? Need to be anti-complacency. I agree. We can overcome anything, any of the conditioning. When you have trust issues, we can overcome that. We can overcome trust issues. Think about how many times we hear the word no. Exactly, dude. How many times have you heard the word no? I used to teach this in sales training. Hey, Carly, how are you? I used to teach this. I used to teach, like, by the time the average 17-year-old turned 17, they've heard the word no like some crazy amount, like 360,000 times or something insane, as opposed to the word yes like 18,000 times. And I'm making those numbers up. I don't remember what the exact numbers were back then. I'm sure they're different because of the power of social media and how quickly information flows today. I'm sure that those numbers are even different. But when we really stop and think, okay, how am I conditioned to believe? How am I programmed to believe in this or that, whatever it is? Maybe it's your religious beliefs. Maybe it's your political beliefs. Maybe it's your money beliefs. T. Harv Eker wrote a book called Secrets of the Millionaire Mind. And in that book, he talks about our money blueprint. Again, it's that conditioning. It's the programming. There you go. You will hear the word no 116,000 times to the word compared to 1,000 yeses. You know, I really do spend a lot of time, spend a day with my grandkids. I spend a lot of time. Did I say hi to you, Robert Brooker? If I didn't, my apologies, but hello, Robert Brooker. It wouldn't be a Saturday night without Robert Brooker in the feed. So, you know, today I picked up the phone and I called Doug Wing. Doug Wing's a really, really good friend of mine. And I won't brag too much about what Doug has, but Doug has accomplished a lot in life. Okay. A lot. If you saw his car collection, you would understand what I mean. He's accomplished a lot in life. I'm turning off autofocus on this thing. It's acting wonky. And yet I can pick up the phone and call and 90% of the time he answers. Laura Bramlett Wilkerson is in the house. Hey, Laura, I hope your birthday yesterday was as fabulous as you are. Did you say no? I hear that a few times a day, which means I am that much closer to yes. Amen and amen. No means not yet, and not yet means yes. It's yes is coming. That's right. That's right. So, but think about, besides the word yes and no, right? That's a response to, hey, do you want to buy this? Yes or no. What about the limitations that you have as far as what you feel or think or believe that you can accomplish in life? What about those limitations? Because those are the ones that are critical. Those are the ones that are holding us back. It's those unconscious belief systems that we know they're there, but we choose to ignore them. I think you would all agree with that. Hey, Larry, how are you? I think you'd all agree that we have this mindset, this unconscious thing going on that we know holds us back. Deep down inside, we know it's holding us back. Deep down inside, you know that there are conversations you're having with yourself that are holding you back, that are preventing you from having everything that you want in life. I know that there are for all of us. And that's why one of the things I do every single day is I write, man. I journal. I write this stuff out every single day of my life. I write out my goals. I write out my affirmations. I write out things that I'm grateful for every single day of my life, because I want to keep my mind sharp. I want to keep it focused on the things that I want, not on what I don't want. I want to stay focused on what I want. So I write. Doesn't mean that that's the exact way everybody should do it. Hey, Nicole Young, how are you? How in the world are you, Nicole? Good to see you here. So what is it that's holding you back? What are some of the limiting beliefs that you have? Seriously, what are some of the limiting beliefs that you have? What are some of the things that, you know what? I just feel like I need to play the Ken and Glenn show video just to spice it up a little bit. So I'm going to play it. Here we go. Look, I play the video and Scott McCain. Oh my God, there he is. He shows up. I should have played the Ken and Glenn show with a guy named Scott video. Would you look at that? I'm on this Sunday night show and I'm holding it back. Yeah. But like, think about that. Think about the things in life. Scott, you're still in Hawaii at this moment, right? Like you leave tomorrow, I believe, to head back. But think about the things in life that hold you back. I mean, what are those things? Well, today it was limited by the money in the wallet. And I can say with certainty that the Grow Live Academy is a bargain. Well, thank you, dude. I appreciate that. Even though you're not in it yet. Robert, I want you in there, bro. I want you in there, man. Scott McCain gave me a beautiful, beautiful recommendation, a video, a testimonial video. If you guys didn't see it, go over to growliveacademy.com. It's right there on the front page. You're still in Hawaii, man. Let's see. It's 9:31 here. What time is it there? 4:31? Are you 4, 5, 6 hours? What is the difference? I think it's 5 hours, right? Many people today are fearing COVID and what the future will bring. The future is as bright as our faith. It absolutely is. It's absolutely as bright as our faith. We have to have faith. We have to believe. Thank you, dude. I appreciate you saying that, man. Dude, like, do you know how much of an honor it is to have? I mean, Scott McKain, you guys know Scott. You see him on the show with Glenn and I. Scott is a freaking Hall of Fame speaker. He sounds like God. I mean, I don't know what God sounds like, but if God had a voice, and well, then I think that it would sound like Scott. Like Scott could play God on TV, like he could. And the dude is like giving me recommendations. It's amazing to me. It just blows my mind. It blows my mind. Blows my mind that he actually asked me if he could record a video and send it to me. It was unsolicited. I was like, no, dude, no. Who wants to get a testimonial video from a guy that's a Hall of Fame speaker talking about what my course did for him? No, I don't want that. Oh man, it's just mind blowing to me. Absolutely mind blowing. So, yeah, I was talking to Doug about it. I said, Scott is stuck in Hawaii right now trying to get home. It's crazy, man, what you've been through trying to get home. Hey, it's Jennifer Moran. Oh, you're down there with Dan Altmeyer. Altmeyer down at Jen and Dan and Cynthia. Cynthia Mason, I think, are down with Jeffrey Gitomer this weekend at a writing retreat. He said, it's rough. Yeah, it's rough. So, but Scott, all Scott has to do is just talk to somebody and they're like, wow, I'm pretty sure you sound like God. So whatever you need, sir, we're in. Whatever it is, we got you, God. I mean, Scott, Mr. McCain. So, I miss you too, Jen. I miss you too. Well, it's just trying to use free points. No problem if I wanted to pay for it. Nicole says, I don't know what I want to do with my life. Right now, I'm doing a little bit over everything: personal training, massage training, caregiving, etc. I just don't know how to get clear. I have tons of life experience. How do you become clear? Oh, wow. Well, what gets you up in the morning? What makes you excited to pop up out of bed? What makes you get up out of bed excited to take the day on? And what kind of goals do you have? I know Glenn doesn't like the word goals, but I do. And I write them out every day. And I got to tell you something that I heard, and you guys have heard this if you follow Grant Cardone at all. He said this, and I truly believe this. And the only reason I believe it is not because I just believe everything I hear, but I actually put this into action. And that is, he says, I've heard him say this many times, the average person writes their goals down once a year, maybe once a year. And then they'll fold that piece of paper up, tuck it in a drawer, and go back and that's always on January 1st or maybe January 2nd if they have a bad hangover or something. So they go and they start writing out, okay, this is the way I want 2020 to be. And this is the way, now I got to tell you, a lot of people had to change their goals up significantly this year, but at least they had goals to change up. Most people were just shocked by the reality of everything that happened. And that's awesome, Jen. I can't wait to get my Killing It hat. I cannot wait. So he says, most people write their goals down once a year. If you write your goals down every single morning and every single night before you go to bed, at the end of 1 year, assuming there are 365 days in that year, you will have written your goals 730 times. Who has a better chance of achieving their goals? The one that wrote it down once, or the one that writes them down twice a day, every single day? I'm not saying write down 30 goals every single day, twice a day. That would be insane. You'd never get anything else done. Leanne from Down Under. Scott, how close is Scott to you right now? I don't think very close. No, he's in the other direction. I don't know. My geography sucks. I think Scott's on the other side of the world, though. Scott's in Hawaii. Leanna's in Australia. So I'm pretty sure they're on opposite sides of the planet. But anyway, I digress. Think about how many times you've written your goals down this year. And when I'm writing my goals, so look, when COVID hit, I had some big plans for some things, expanding my business and opening an office, hiring salespeople, all of that, right? All right direction, still a heck of a long way. Okay. But I had all these goals, and then this whole pandemic hit and shut down. And it's like, why would I go open an office just to be closed? That would be dumb. So like I had to shift, and most people are sitting around going, oh, I don't know what to do. Nicole, and I'm not calling you out on this. You're 99% of the world, right? Oh, wow, Mark. Somebody give Mark props for that. He nailed that one. Oh, wow. Wow. So think about if you're writing stuff every day and then something crazy happens that throws you completely off course, and you get up tomorrow morning, you're like, man, everything changed just like that overnight. They shut down the entire economy. I can't go open my office now. I can't really hire salespeople the way that I would have hired salespeople. I can't have a personal assistant there. So what do I do? Writing, and I use my Apple Pencil and my iPad, but I write over and over and over and over. If I'm confused about what to do, then I'll start writing. I'll just start writing. I'll start with, I have absolutely no idea what to do right now, and I'm freaking out. I only have X amount of dollars in the bank, and I need X amount of dollars to live, and I need X amount of dollars to save, and I need X amount of dollars for investing, and I need, and I just start writing. And sometimes it makes absolutely no sense at all. None, zero. But I can promise you this, if you're writing stuff, if you're confused as hell, but you're getting out a piece of paper and you're writing all of the stuff that you're confused about, you'll absolutely be able to figure it out. You'll start unscrambling. I think Scott last week on our show, I believe Scott said something about, when you start writing, and I don't know if it was Scott. I heard somebody say this recently. But when you start writing, some magical things just start happening. And I'm not talking about sitting down and writing a very confusing book. That's a whole lot different. And there are plenty of those. I'm talking about writing your very confusing thoughts. If you're lost and you're caught up in all of the turmoil of the programming that you've had, and you can't figure out exactly which direction to go with your life, then you need to write it out. You need to start writing. Too many people go and hey, what's up, Dindo. Man, I never know how to say your name. Spell your name out phonetically for me, would you please? I would really appreciate that. I think it's Dindo. So if you're in a confused state, you need to start writing things out. And that's it right there. It gets stronger as you work it. It clarifies your thinking. Absolutely 1000%. And I'm not saying this isn't me talking from theory. This is me talking from a lot of confusion in my life, man. I mean, when I first got sober 18 plus years ago, I couldn't find my rear end with both hands and a flashlight. And I had to start. I mean, I didn't know what to do. People were like, "Oh, you need to start journaling." I'm like, "What the heck is journaling? What's that even mean? What do you mean journal?" Like, and prior to this, making tons of money and success was very easy for me. I had alcohol was like it just got rid of all of my fears. It got rid of all the fears that I had. And so when I started writing, somebody's like, well, why don't you start with writing out things that you have in your life that you're grateful for? And I'm like, I don't have a car. It had been repossessed. I have like less than 60 days sober. I don't have the ex that I had. I don't have the house. I was pretty much homeless, living with a friend on their couch. And I'm like, and you want me to write a gratitude list? Are you out of your flipping mind? What the heck do I have to be grateful for? But then, he reminded me that, dude, you can see. There's a lot of people in this world that can't see. You want to see something beautiful, go to Scott McKain's Facebook page or his Instagram page and follow him while you're there. But then look at the pictures he's taken in Hawaii. Imagine looking at those pictures. Scott, it's 4:30 there. So I don't know what time the sun sets. I would imagine it's getting within the next couple of hours. But like Scott gets to see that. And there are people that are blind. They don't get to ever see that. They never will get to see that ever. There's something to be grateful for. As simple as that sounds, it's something to be grateful for. And if you're not grateful for it now, like imagine if you woke up tomorrow and you couldn't see. Would you then be grateful for the vision that you had, the eyesight? So gratitude is unbelievably powerful. It's unbelievably powerful. Scott McKain, we talked. He's over there in Hawaii. He's been over there for a couple of weeks with his beautiful, amazing wife, Tammy. They've been over there having fun, celebrating Scott's birthday, and it hasn't cost him a nickel. Really, it's just been his on points that he's earned from flying millions of miles and staying in millions of hotel rooms, probably thousands, I would imagine. So, yeah, there, look at that. My late wife had 3 blind sisters. Jeez, it changes your perspective to be with. That's, dude, one of my dearest friends in the world. He passed away, I don't know, 10 years ago, probably. He had a heart attack in the middle of the night and died. But he was blind and like one of the just most amazing people on this planet. He was just an amazing guy. Drummer, played drums for a band that toured with Sonny and Cher back in the late 60s and early 70s, and just was an amazing human being. Amazing. And he was blind. I took him to the store all the time. We ran around, did all kinds of, he's just a good dude. And he could play drums like, I mean, this guy could play drums like you wouldn't believe. But anyway, blind, mind you, blind. But he lived in a place of gratitude all the time. All the time. And so start writing that out. And Nicole, if you're lost, you don't know what direction to go, start writing about, and by the way, before I forget, Glenn Bill, I'm grateful for you, dude. I'm very grateful for you. That guy right there, if you don't know who Glenn Bill is, you need to know who Glenn Bill is. That dude right there is freaking awesome. And if you haven't been on his Get Attitude podcast and you're a heavy hitter, you need to be on his podcast because he's freaking amazing. He's amazing. Anyway, Glenn, I was wearing my t-shirt that you sent me yesterday. So, start writing this stuff out. I'm not telling you to write a novel. I'm telling you to write until it clicks. and write every day until it clicks. And write down, what if there was nothing holding you back? What if money wasn't a problem for you? What would you do? What would you do if money was no longer an issue? What would you do different with your life? Would you wake up earlier? Would you have more pep in your step? What if? Why don't you start writing down some what ifs? What if I could do anything? What if, since I can do anything, I'm going to? Glenn talks about that. What would change in your life if you removed all of the things that you've been programmed with by other people, by other entities? What if you removed that? What if you could have anything in life that your heart desired? Anything. Angela Brooks, just so you guys know, Angela Brooks is like, she is literally a living legend. And she is on here right now. Angela, gratitude growth goals are written every day until they show up. Right. And then what? Then you write down some more. And what I find interesting is when I'm writing my goals down every single day, they change. The target starts to change, and it gets bigger and bigger and greater. You start, it's like Scott McKain said earlier, writing is, how did he put it? I want to put that back up on the screen. Writing is a muscle. It gets stronger as you work it. It clarifies your thinking. Writing is a muscle. It gets stronger as you work it. And it's the truth. It's the truth. So write this stuff down. Remove the things that, like, just because maybe you say, I want a jet. I want a private jet. Okay. Write that down. Like, seriously, write it down. And maybe you want 2 private jets. Write it down. If you're not writing your goals down and you're just thinking about them, that's not those aren't goals. That's wishful thinking. That's wishful thinking. You don't have a target. If you have a target every single day, and you know what the big target is, and then you have little targets that you know you want to hit for today. I may say I want to make $50 million a year. I'll write that down. What's wrong with it? There's people that make way more than that. There are people in this world that if they made $50 million this year, they would have to file bankruptcy. Think about that. There are people that exist, if they made $100 million this year, they would have to file bankruptcy. That would not cover their nut. Think about that. What's different between them and you? Them and me? What's different? It's right there. It's the limitations that they have released. It's the limitations. It's those ceilings that are set in their minds are gone. They're gone. They're not there. They're not there. My course is only $997 for lifetime access, and that includes the weekly coaching calls. And there are people that cannot afford it, which blows my mind. It blows my mind. First off, my course solves a lot of problems for a lot of people. It'll teach you how to make more money. It'll teach you how to be bigger in your space on social media and live streaming. And there are people that literally have told me they cannot afford it. $997. And that's mind blowing to me. It's mind blowing. And which tells me if they can't afford it, that means they really need it. They need it bad. Because if you keep on doing what you've always done, you'll keep on getting what you've always got. You got to change something, man. You got to change it up. Writing does unlock your genius. Tom, you're right. And it's weird. I'm going to tell you, like, there's been many times in my life where I didn't write for a day or 2 or 10. And things don't go the way that I want them to go in those days. And then I think, what is it that I was doing? What is it that I was doing when I was killing it? Oh, that's right. I was writing. I was writing my goals down every day. That's right. Duh. I was writing my gratitude list. I was writing my targets down. I was writing down, I collect $10,000 a day, and I'm very grateful for that. I was writing that stuff down. If you don't write this stuff down, you are what Zig Ziglar referred to as a wandering generality. You're a wandering generality. And I love the concept of writing your goals down, not just the concept, the action of writing your goals down twice a day. Write down, I don't care. Start with 5 goals. 5. I called another guy. He's going to be on tomorrow. Brandon Bernanson, a friend of mine. I called him today. Just out of the blue. I know he's got a new book out. And I said, Brandon, I want to have you on Amazon Live. Let's sell your book. And when I called, he answered. He's the CEO of a very large company. His drive to work car is a Ferrari. That's what he drives to work in. Hi, brother. Who is that? Is that Ronnie? No, is that Ronnie? I can't tell. Hang on, let me zoom in. My gosh, that looks like Ronnie. Is that Ronnie? So, but I pick up the phone and I call people. I write stuff down. What is it that I want to do? What is it that I want to attract? What is it that I want to target? What is it that I'm grateful for? What are my big goals in life? My dreams. And that's the part that I really want to impress on you. Dreams. You've got to dream. Scott says too many fail to consider ROI, the return on inaction. Whoa. Wow. There's a price for the course or other coaching and training. The cost is what happens if you fail to take action. Wow. Dude, Scott, I just need you to join me on every single live stream from here on out, dude. That's beautiful. The return on inaction. Man, that's beautiful. Here's the thing, like how and this is not me judging. I promise you. I've been in this mindset. I'll venture out to say that it's been millions of times. I don't know, but millions. How many times have you seen like a Ferrari, a Lamborghini, a Ford GT, a mansion, a beautiful, beautiful mansion, a big, beautiful mansion, and you think, man, the rich just keep getting richer. Boy, that's a lucky guy right there. Wow. Wonder who he ripped off to get that car. And you get into that mindset of thinking that somebody got rich because they ripped somebody off or because they did somebody wrong. Instead of into the mindset of, that is beautiful. What a beautiful car. Wow, I'll bet he worked his butt off to get that thing. Look at that home, that beautiful, beautiful home. And then start dreaming for yourself. When was the last time that you had a dream for you to go spend 2 weeks in Hawaii with your wife or your husband or your life partner? I want to make sure I cover all the bases. But like, when was the last time that you dreamed? I mean, really had a dream, like a big dream. Maybe it's I want to own a yacht. I want a yacht. I want to buy I don't know how much yachts are. I'm sure there's $50 million yachts, and I'm sure there's $1 million yachts. I don't know, but a yacht. I want a yacht that I can take out into the ocean and sail the ocean blue if I want, like, or whatever it is. Like, what have you dreamed about? Are you giving yourself permission to dream, to think big? Do you know how many people I've heard say after they made it big, really big? I've heard them say, a lot of people say this, and I always find it so curious, and it makes me go look in the mirror and go, are you doing this? And that is, they say, one of my biggest regrets is I didn't think bigger faster. I didn't think bigger soon enough, or I didn't think bigger soon or faster. I didn't think, like, it took me until I was 50 some years old before it finally clicked that, oh my God, I've been thinking small my whole life. Scott, that's brilliant. Hey, do me a favor. Somebody take a screenshot of that and send me a message right now. Okay, somebody should have gotten that. Send that to me if you would. That is beautiful, Scott. I love that, man. I love that. Return on in action. And Mark Rodriguez, I'll use Mark as an example because he loves to be made an example out of. Send it to wherever, to my email, to my Facebook Messenger. Jamie, you have my cell phone number. You can text it to me. But that thank you for anybody who grabbed that. But, for example, Mark was talking about that he's in my course. He's in the Grow Live Academy. And wow, I got Scott McCain sent it. I got Bruce Mills sent it. Awesome. Thank you guys. So thank you guys. But like Mark's laughing at me. But Mark says to me, well, he said to everybody, he said, I hadn't been going in and doing the actual coursework. I knew it was there. I knew I was going to, but then I decided one day I'm going to start really digging in. And he goes, and dude, it was mind blowing. All of the stuff that you teach in there blew me away. And so like, and now he's gone. I haven't looked, but I'm pretty sure he's almost through the whole course, and he's picked up all kinds of nuggets by actually going in and doing the work. And the problem with most of us is we don't do the work because we can't really visualize the payoff, because we're not writing out any goals. We don't have anything we're writing out. We're not writing down anything about what we really truly want to accomplish. Thank you to everybody who sent me that. I just saw my messages popping off. So thank you for that. So thank you, Jamie. I just got it from Jamie as well. Thank you. I appreciate that. So think about the last time you gave yourself permission to dream. And don't do what a lot of people do and start dreaming and stay dreaming. Like, you got to take some freaking action in life. You have to take action. You have to take massive action. You have to fail, and you have to fail fast. You have to fail as fast as you can. When you're going through hell, stomp on the gas. If you're going through it right now, if you're like, here's the thing, and Nicole, I don't know if Nicole, are you still watching, or did I offend you and you left? That's not the intention. I have no intention of offending anyone. And trust me, I'm not judging anyone. I promise you, I've been there. I've been homeless. I've been homeless 4 times. Like, I have no room to judge anyone. But what I do have room for is to help a lot of people, because I've been there. I bought the t-shirt. I wore it out, and I know how to get out of it. I know how to get out of that horrible place of not knowing what to do. And what I'm telling you, good. I'm glad you're still here, Nicole. So the what I'm telling you is, if you start writing and dreaming and take away, just start writing down the things that Ken is an equal opportunity offender. I don't offend anybody. Well, I try not to, but like, look, dream, write down things that you're grateful for. Write down, what's the old saying? I used to complain about my shoes until I met a man with no feet. And there are people that have no feet. There are people who have no legs. There are people who have no arms. The one guy I talked about the other night, Nick Volovic, he I think he's Australian. He has no arms and no legs, and the dude makes millions of dollars a year. He's a speaker, he's a trainer, he's a coach. He helps people. And he doesn't let anything stand in his way. Nothing gets in his way. Nothing. So think about what is stopping you. I promise you it's right there, and it's programming that you received from somebody else. Now, I'm not saying sit back and blame. That's being a victim. Do not become a victim. Don't be a victim. Don't be a victim. Own where you are right now. Own it. It is what it is. Sitting around sulking and whining and crying about it is not going to fix it. My little girl has 9,987 TikTok followers on her TikTok account. My 10-year-old. She said, "Daddy, some people thought I followed Trump and I lost over 200 followers. I fell below 10,000 and it makes me really, really sad." And I'm like, so what? So what? She goes, "I think I'm going to leave TikTok." And I go, "Well, why? That's stupid. Why would you do that?" "Well, because I lost over 200 followers." And she's trying to like be all depressed. And I go, "You know what happened is you got some haters. Congratulations. That means that you're doing something with your life. It's about time. You're 10 years old. My God, what have you been waiting on? Like, you're finally taking action and you're getting haters. Congratulations. Now take massive action." "How many videos were you putting out a day before?" She said 1, maybe 2. And I go, "Okay, you know what you need to do? You need to 10x that, or at least 5x that. You need to put out 10 videos every day. So your haters will start hating you more. And when they're talking about you, when your haters are talking about you, they're doing nothing but bringing you more attention, because 10 more people show up to see what the heck they're talking about. And out of those 10 new people that show up, they may all hate you too. But eventually the people are going to show up and they're going to love you. They're going to love your message. They're going to connect with you. And it's that simple. But if you sit around sulking about it, that's not going to do anything for you. Take action. Massive action. Take massive action. Start writing. If you're stuck right now, you shouldn't even be on this stream. You should be, "Okay, I got the message, Ken. I'm out. Thank you. I'm out. I'm going to go right now. I'm going to start writing right now." I'm being serious. Nicole says, 23 years of recovery. I don't get offended. I appreciate you sharing all these suggestions. I appreciate everyone for their suggestions. You are most welcome, Nicole. Bruce says, "You're not an offender. You're an attention getter." Thank you. I appreciate that, Bruce. Thank you. That energy haters throw is exactly the same as positive energy. The label is different, and that label can be removed. Abso-freaking-lutely, it can be removed. So look, if you're stuck, if you're not getting everything that you feel like you should be getting in life, you have 2 options. You can blame life and other people around you or other things, circumstances, your circumstances, the government, who the president is, or who. You can do that. You can play the blame game, and that makes you a big old victim. Congratulations, you have a title, Mr. or Mrs. Victim. You can do that. Or if you don't like the title of victim, and you don't want to blame your circumstances, your race, your religion, your what, you don't want to blame things, then you can take responsibility for your life and change it by taking action in the direction of the things that you actually want in your life. It's really that simple. And if I offended you, I would say, take a look at that. Why am I offended by that? When he said that about taking responsibility for my life, why does that offend me? I wonder. Probably because I'm a jerk. Hopefully that's the answer you come up with. Oh, it's Ken's fault. Oh, blame me. That's good. We've been friends on social media for maybe even 2 or 3 years. It can be my fault. I'm good with that. I'm sure that before me, it was somebody else. You ever met that person? How about when you're dating? You ever date somebody? You're like, you go out and all of a sudden you're like, oh my God, you're reminding me an awful lot of somebody else I dated or I was married to. Right? Because you get stuck in a pattern of attracting the same person, just a different body, but the same person. So get out of victim mode, let go of it, and take action. Start writing now. Get a piece of paper out, get a pen out, and write. I'm confused. I'm lost. I don't know what to do. What makes me happy is blah, 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 blah. What I'd really like to do is, and even if it's a blank, just keep writing. What I'd really like to do is, I love doing this. I love doing that. I love doing this. I love to help people. I love to blah, 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 blah. And eventually, if you write long enough, you will come up with the answer. So take action in your life. Have an awesome night. Hey, Roxy Maddox is in the house. If you don't like your current circumstances, go create the one you want. That's right, Tom. Tom, did I say hi to you? If I didn't, my apologies. But hello, Tom. How much do you want to change? How much do you want success? I love the Eric Thomas video about wanting success as badly as you want to breathe. That's right. And if you haven't seen that, go to YouTube and look that up. Go do something different. If you're not getting the results that you want in life, that means you're probably stuck in some sort of a pattern and you need to break out of it. So go do something different. You all have an absolutely amazing evening. I love each and every one of you. Even if you're a hater, I love you probably even more, haters. So thank you. Go out and do something amazing with your life starting tonight. And Scott McCain, if you're still on here, I love you, dude. You guys have a safe trip back from Hawaii tomorrow. Take more pictures, man. That place is beautiful. I'll see you guys. Peace out. And Scott, tell Tammy I said, hey, you guys have an awesome night. Later.